California is a state infamous for the killers they have produced over the years. From the Black Dahlia to the Zodiac Killer, California is rich with criminal history. So it should be to no surprise that one of the oldest murders ever discovered was found in the La Brea tar pits just outside Los Angeles. The City of Angels. The La Brea Woman, as she has been dubbed, was found in what would have been a shallow grave. But the tar pits has housed many valuable discoveries, such as ancient mammoths and packs of dire wolves. The scientists carbon dated the La Brea Woman's corpse, and much to their surprise, they found out that she was 9,000 years old. The oldest human remains ever to be found in Southern California. They do not know how she died, but they are certain she was murdered. And she was buried together with a domesticated dog. The mass burial at Schletz-Asparn are among the earliest discovered sites where genocide in early Neolithic Europe. Approximately 67 individuals has been uncovered, and each one of them shows signs of deadly violent trauma. Scientists believe that many of the young females in the targeted tribe was abducted, since mostly the corpses of men was found. Apart from the 67 that has been dug up, scientists believed that there may be about 300 individuals still buried in the ditch where their bodies was dumped to rot and infect the soil with the evidence of human capabilities. While the mass burial at Schletz-Asparn was found in Austria, Vienna instead of Germany, this time scientists scratched their heads at yet another early case of mass murder in the early European Neolithic period. This case, however similar it is to the Schletz-Asparn case, has not been considered a genocide, but instead an early case of organized violence. 34 bodies were found, and most of them were men. Herxheim was an important place for the local people living around Germany at the time. The same people and tribes that may have been involved in the Schletz-Asparn and Talheim Death pit cases, but the case of the Herxheim cannibals is very different. The site was discovered in 1996, and what was found was baffling and horrifying. Times were rough 7,000 years ago, and people had to eat and feed their families. So it is believed that over 500 cannibalized bodies of Herxheim had been consumed as trophies of war, ritual, sacrifice, or just pure fucking hunger. Although the number of eaten could be much higher than 500. The dead is believed to have been spit roasted before being consumed, just like any other animal would have been oh so long ago. The bones of the dead was snapped so that the people eating could drink the bone marrow within. Although cannibalism on bigger scale happens from time to time in modern history, I think we can say with certainty It is no longer as socially acceptable as it was in Herxheim in the year 5000 BCE, as the ancient people of Europe feasted on the flesh of men, women and children. Time hasn't moved yet. We are still here in Neolithic Europe 7,000 years into the past, looking down on the fourth consecutive ancient massacre of this episode. By now we know what happens, right? A bunch of humans is killed by other humans and thrown into a mass grave. But what sets this massacre apart is that the bodies had been tortured before being killed and possibly mutilated after death. Legs had been crushed and broken as a veil of the bizarre tragedy took its hold of its victims. Torture, mutilation, sadism, evil. Call it what you want. It happened, and it's important not to get too desensitized because it happened a very long time ago. That's the end of this episode. In the next, we are opening with the case of Ötzi. Thank you for watching, and good night.